This is a training video for a laydown yard / shop ticket. It's very important that bid to win tickets are done daily and are submitted correctly for billing and production records. If you are unsure or have any questions about anything, contact Delana or Tanya. So we're going to start by creating a laydown yard ticket. This is where you will click New Field Log, and you will click Create from Schedule. For the time being, I am just going to come over here to a draft I've already started and go through it with y'all. So you're going to, these are your tabs over here. They help a lot. You just go tab by tab by tab by tab. So you start by selecting your date and your time. So this is the right date. We started at 7, we ended at 5. I'm going to pretend to be Wally, so I put Wallace's name here, but you, whoever is doing the ticket, this is where your name will go. Your supervisor will always be Lee, so you always put Lee in that blank. And then Seed Slingers is the business unit. Station numbers, this is a required field, so you will just click this little pencil and you will put your station numbers in. Since this is a shop ticket, we don't have any station numbers, so you're good there. Weather, I just put in hot because it's always hot. This is your notes section. This is where you're going to put anything you did for the day. Any notes that we may need to know, any complications, anything happened on the job. This is where all of this will go. So especially working at the shop, we need to know what you did. So you click this little pencil and you type in exactly what you did here. All right, now we're gonna move on to grid. This is where you will select your job. If it's not already there, you will just click add. We're at the shop, so we're good. Here's your summary. You just make sure that the job is correct and you move on. This is attachments. If you have any pictures you would like to add, you can add here of anything you've done at the shop, etc. Job, make sure it's the right job once again. Move on here. This is where you would add in your production items if you had any. This is a laydown yard ticket, so you have no production items, so you will not put anything here or here. So this is your production accounts. You will put nothing in this section again because you are working at the laydown yard. Here is where you would add, if you click this, you see you have drive time from, drive time to, ride time from, and ride time to. We don't need any of that, being that we are working at the laydown yard. So you would just select laydown yard. Once you select it, it will come in. You just make sure it's there and you move on to the employees section. This is where you will add in your names and your employees' names. So pay attention to who you select over here because it will switch sometimes when it's not supposed to. So Lee Shaw, he worked from 7 to 5. He took a 1-hour lunch, and that leaves him at the laydown yard for 9 hours with total hours equaling 10. When you are equaling up your hours, make sure that you include your 1-hour lunch. And if your lunch is approved by Wallace that you didn't take a lunch, add that in the notes, but make sure that it is approved by Wallace. Move to Delana, 7 to 5, a 1-hour lunch, and you put your laydown yard time here and make sure your total hours equals 10. Once again, make sure that total hours right here is correct daily. All right, we're gonna move on. No equipment because you were at the shop. No materials, no trucking, no. All right, here's your review tab. This is where you look over everything and you make sure everything looks right. If it does, you will click menu at the top. You will click validate and submit. All right, once you get this right here, this means you're good. If you have any errors, it will pop up and it won't let you submit it until you fix whatever error it is. So, like I said, if y'all have any questions, just contact Delana or Tanya. Thank y'all.